Calgro M3 is a black-empowered residential project developer with a market cap of 508 million rand, which was founded by the Steyn and Malherbe families. It has a 15-year track record in the middle-income housing developments. Calgro M3 has a price-to-earnings ratio of 7.8 but pays no dividends. Now, this one, Paul, is a company that seems to be very niche, got a great business model in the residential space, as we've said. Basically, finds the land for you, does all the town planning and establishes and markets the developments.
Yeah, the only weak link in that otherwise very rosy story is that they're quite strongly dependent on bank finance because, you know, similar to RBA, which is another player in this market, the middle income buyer in this country, you know, is someone the banks want to help, but often their finances are not as pristine as they would like them to be. So you tend to get these cycles in terms of their ability to do the off-plan sales.
Calgro, now I know this is one that you pay significant attention to, and potentially because the share price looks so fantastic in terms of, I hope you bought it round about
40 cents.
40 cents, absolutely, and now reaping the rewards of that at around R4.50.
I think what we need to understand about Calgro is the model is not specifically just like RBA's, like affordable housing. They've got integrated housing. So they have a third giveaway housing, which the government funds, and then a third low-cost housing, and then a third affordable housing. So they are not that exposed to specifically to interest rates and to the people in the street not having money to buy houses. So they kind of hedge their bets with government. And that you can see actually in the results coming through now, because they've had a very bad period since they listed in 2007. And what's happening now is planning is everything is done, and the top structures are coming up at a faster pace than they actually that the expenses are coming through in terms of town planning, and that is where the profits are coming from.
Sounds as though you might have the business model wrong and be a little bit overly concerned about those risks that you highlighted for us.
Yeah,
Paul.
no, that's fair. Thanks for that clarification. I mean, the interesting thing is the 5-year chart would reveal that they were actually at R4.80 before. Fell to 32 cents at the low and are now back at 4
I see you one of those market commentators that pulls out the graph that is suitable to your story.
Yeah.
Don't worry, we'll allow you to do that.
But now, the interesting thing is that when they listed, they had a CEO called Peter Waweru, who I think was a Zimbabwean guy, who was a hell of a talker. I mean, it was billed as the investment opportunity of a lifetime. And almost immediately, they plummeted. Look, you know, to be fair, so did everything. But it looks now as though the guys that actually started it, the Steyns, which includes Steyn, the Auto and General guy, has got some connection. And then the Malherbe now he's back, he's the CEO. And so things are now much more kind of clear and visible. Shareholder base is sort of stabilized a bit. So on balance, it looks like it's kind of coming into its own, and hence the big movement.
Hot or not on Calgro?
I would say hot. If you look at what's happening with housing, and they're saying that we're getting rid of, government ministers saying they're getting rid of all the bulky builders, and this is a proven track record that they actually can build housing. There's a huge demand and an undersupply at the moment. I think it's hot.
Paul, hot or not, we may be a little short on timing here. Maybe we should have pulled out that discussion on Calgro. I'm not sure if I'm getting the correct instruction from studio.
No, too small, 500 mil market cap in a dodgy sector, not for normal people to be buying. Not hot.